All right, we are back at the Bandas family abode where the construction renovation continues. I told you guys on my Instagram that yesterday morning I closed what was the most profitable development deal that I've done yet, and that I would hop on YouTube and I would share some details with you guys. So I'm gonna park it up here in the upstairs area of this house that I'm trying to build for my family. I'm gonna tell you guys about this deal. Let's get to it. But first, if you're getting something out of this, if you're learning about real estate development, you're learning about building a business, building a company, raising funds, all this cool stuff that we've had a chance to talk about. If you're getting something out of that, guys, I am honored to have you be a part of this, and I would very much appreciate it if you would hook me up with one of those and one of those, boom, and one of those, and join me on this journey. Let's talk about this deal. Let's go. My name is Brian Bandas. I'm building a real estate development company. I'm becoming a better father, a better husband, a better entrepreneur, and a better man every single day. Let's get it. All right, so the best deal that I have done yet in my young development career. Let's get into the details. This is a great example of this idea that knowledge is power. However, as has become popular, I want to emphasize that knowledge without action doesn't really turn it into power. This is knowledge applied through action and how powerful that can be. The knowledge that I had was what different zonings in my city of Nashville, Tennessee allow me to do with that lot. As a side note, huge shout out to Andrew below. Andrew was one of the first people who bought my Deal Architect course on real estate development, and he now has multiple houses under contract and in construction that he's gonna make some money on. He's beginning to build that business. And that is the perfect example of taking knowledge and then having the courage to put it into action. All right, so this deal we're talking about this week is my example of taking some knowledge and putting it into action. I saw this property on the local MLS. It was not a distressed property. It wasn't your typical investor property where the sellers needed to get out or the place was run down, it was gross. It was actually a really nice property being sold for full retail value at a time when the market was pretty hot. So in order to get it, I actually paid about $15,000 over asking price. As an investor, why would I do that? Because I knew what I could do with the lot based on the zoning. So this is a zoning that allowed me to put two houses on this lot, but not only did it have the zoning, the lot itself, the size of it and the position of the existing home were such that a new home would fit nicely sort of back into the side and it wouldn't feel crowded, actually feel pretty spacious. And so I knew that if I just paid retail for this house, let's say I bought it today, turned it into two lots and resold it, I made nothing. I still just got a free building pad. And in this part of town, a buildable pad is worth somewhere in the 125 to 150 range, okay? So if nothing else, I just made $125,000 by buying this and separating off this building pad. At this time, I was maybe targeting, let's say $50,000 to $75,000 in profit. But let's say $50,000 in profit for a development deal. So if you take that, and this was just a normal deal, I'm gonna make 50, and then I add this 125 that I'm gonna make by just getting this free building pad, we're already looking at 175,000 potentially if things go to plan, right? And that's always a big if in real estate investing and real estate development. But even if they don't go perfectly to plan, I got a nice spread here that's gonna be hard to lose, right? But here's what's even better, here's the kicker. While I did this project, I bought this front unit and I put renters in it who more than covered the carrying costs on my construction loan for well over half of the life of the project, which means what was typically maybe a $15,000 to $20,000 line item for my carrying costs was now reduced to, let's say, $10,000 or $8,000 over the course of the project. In fact, at the beginning, I was actually making money every month while I worked on this project because my construction loan payment was less than I was bringing in rent from this existing unit. So I've got the existing unit, I've got renters in there, I'm building this house, I've got this free building pad, and it just so happens to occur during a period of time that we all just lived through where appreciation was pretty wild. And so at the end of the day, let me pause to give a little context here. I always hesitate to share specific numbers because they don't tell the whole story. So the money I made on this deal, and I'll share the numbers in a second, I feel pretty good about. However, I do want to share that in the context is how much it costs me to run my company every single month. And it's no small number either. So I wish that all this money just went into my pockets and I got to play with it and buy a bunch of stuff that I want. I've got to run a business with it. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, with the free building pad, the normal profit margin and the appreciation in Nashville, I made somewhere between $250 and $275 on this one house. Here's why I wanted to tell you about that, because I want you to get excited about the possibility. I want you to get excited about what can happen when you educate yourself and you muster up the courage to take action. Because when I bought this property, I felt pretty good about it, but I didn't know it was all gonna play out this way. I just knew that I wanted to take action. And just like my buddy Andrew, I want you to take action as well. That's what this video is about, is encouraging you to go out, gain new knowledge, challenge yourself, and go have the courage to take action. Even if you lose, you win, because you are trying new things, learning new things, and expanding your comfort zone and expanding the things that you're capable of doing. Let me just add a little bonus on here. While all of that was happening, the front unit that I had the renters in, that was appreciating too. Like 50 grand. That is the story of the best deal that I have done yet being the operative word, because I got some good stuff in the works and I am continuing to take action. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, the market feels weird. The macroeconomics feel weird. International relations feel weird. It all feels weird. Here's what I know. I can't control those things. I can change what I'm doing and I can control what I'm doing. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make smart decisions, wise decisions, and I'm gonna keep taking action. I'm not gonna let fear and the unknown freeze me. So as always, thank you so much, for real. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me here. Listen, if you're digging this, throw me a like and a subscribe. And the best thing you could do, I'll love you forever, if you're getting something out of this and learning together and growing as business owners, then share this with your friends. Send a friend over and let's grow the squad here. All right, guys, I will see you next week.